People are suddenly asking why an AI workspace should live on your own computer instead of inside someone else's server farm. That is the real question behind Odysseus AI, the local AI workspace connected to PewDiePie. It is not just another chatbot skin. It points at a bigger fight over control. The easy mistake is to think Odysseus is a new supermodel. It is better understood as a control room for models, tools, chats, files, agents, and personal workflows. PewDiePie's name brings attention, but the interesting part is not celebrity hype. The interesting part is that mainstream viewers are noticing a niche idea called self-hosted AI. Most people first meet AI through cloud chatbots. You open a website, type a question, and a huge model somewhere else answers you in seconds. That convenience has a trade. Your prompt, your uploaded files, and your workflow are handled through someone else's infrastructure, under someone else's rules. Local AI tries to reverse that relationship. Instead of sending every task outward, you bring more of the AI system inward, closer to your hardware and your data. Odysseus is best described as a self-hosted workspace. It can organize AI conversations, connect to local models, connect to API models, and give those models tools. A normal chatbot is like one text window. A workspace is more like an operating desk, where chat, notes, research, files, tasks, and agents sit together. A local model is an AI model that runs on your machine or a machine you control. It might run through tools like Ollama or other local serving systems. An API model is different. The workspace sends the request to a provider over the internet, then brings the answer back into the same interface. Supporting both matters, because local models and cloud models are good at different things. Local can offer control, cloud can offer convenience, and very strong models. Think of Odysseus less like the brain itself and more like a smart router. It decides which model, tool, file, or memory should be involved in the job. In a basic chatbot, each chat can feel disposable. In a workspace, chats can become part of larger projects with related notes, saved context, and follow-up tasks. Agents are where the idea becomes more powerful and more risky. An agent is not just answering. It can be given steps, tools, and permission to act. This is why self-hosted workspaces must be treated carefully. If an AI can touch files, shell commands, email, or calendars, then permissions and security matter a lot. Memory sounds like the AI has a human mind, but usually it means saved information. The workspace stores notes, preferences, summaries, or project facts for later use. Without memory, every conversation starts from scratch. With memory, your assistant can remember that you are writing a paper, planning a channel, or researching a topic. If this kind of practical AI explanation helps you, consider subscribing. The goal here is simple: less hype, more understanding of what these tools actually do. A skill is a reusable ability. It might summarize documents, search the web, draft email, run a command, compare models, or follow a research routine. Research mode is not the same as asking one question. The system can break a topic into steps, search, read sources, collect notes, and produce a report. The strange part is that the AI stops feeling like a website. It starts feeling like a private workbench that can sit beside your documents and daily tasks. Privacy is one reason people care. If a workflow can run locally, sensitive drafts, personal notes, or experimental ideas may not need to leave your machine. But local first does not mean magically private. If you connect cloud APIs, enable web search, expose ports, or install unsafe add-ons, data can still leave. The deeper reason is control. Local AI lets advanced users choose models, change settings, inspect code, host their own tools, and build workflows around their own habits. People also think about cost. Cloud AI often feels cheap at first, but heavy usage, subscriptions, and API calls can add up over time. Local AI has its own costs. You may need a capable computer, enough memory, storage space, power, cooling, and the patience to troubleshoot weird errors. You do not always need a giant model. Smaller models can be useful for summaries, classification, drafting, coding help, or working with private notes. Bigger models can reason better on hard tasks, follow instructions more reliably, and handle more complex context. That is why many workspaces keep cloud options available. For many users, the realistic setup is hybrid. Use local models for private routine work, then use API models when the task needs more power. Local AI communities have talked about this for years. PewDiePie's involvement makes the idea visible to people who never plan to run a model on their own computer. When a creator shows hardware, GPUs, servers, and local dashboards, AI stops looking like invisible internet magic. It becomes something you can build and configure. The beginner trap is thinking local AI means easy AI. Sometimes it is easy. Sometimes it means Docker, drivers, model downloads, passwords, ports, and logs. Self-hosting means you run the software yourself instead of only using a company's hosted version. That gives you more freedom, but also more responsibility. If the app breaks, you fix it. If the machine fills up, you clean it. If a security setting is wrong, you are the one exposed. Open source is another reason people pay attention. When code is public, users can inspect it, suggest changes, fork it, and learn how the system is built. Open source does not automatically mean safe, finished, or easy. It means the process is more visible. You still need judgment before trusting it with sensitive data. Once a workspace can use your files, the AI becomes more personal. It can help with your notes, drafts, spreadsheets, code, and long-term projects. That same power raises the stakes. A helpful assistant that can read your files must be separated from anything untrusted that might manipulate its instructions. One risk is prompt injection. A web page or document can contain hidden instructions that try to make the AI ignore your request and do something else. That is why permissions matter. An agent that can only draft a reply is safer than one that can send email, delete files, and run commands without asking. Treat a local AI workspace like a junior assistant sitting at your computer. Helpful, fast, and sometimes wrong. You would not give that assistant every key on day one. Another useful workspace feature is comparing models. Instead of guessing which answer is better, you can ask several models and review the differences side by side. Models have personalities in practice. One may be concise, one may be creative, and one may be better at code. Comparison exposes those differences quickly. Notes and tasks make the workspace feel less like a chat archive and more like a planning system. The AI can connect conversations to reminders and next steps. Email and calendar integrations are powerful because they touch real life. Summaries, reminders, triage, and drafts can save time, but mistakes can also become visible. Local workflows can also help when internet access is limited. If the model and files are already on your machine, some tasks can continue without the cloud. The hard truth is that local does not always mean better. A smaller local model may be slower, less accurate, or worse at following instructions than a top cloud model. Speed depends on the model and the hardware. A small model on a good machine can feel quick. A huge model on weak hardware can feel painfully slow. Cloud chatbots hide setup work from you. Self-hosted tools reveal it. That is great for tinkerers, but frustrating for someone who only wants an answer now. Odysseus-style workspaces make the most sense for builders, researchers, privacy-focused users, students of AI, and anyone who wants to understand the machine, not just rent it. If you hate troubleshooting, need guaranteed reliability, or work under strict compliance rules, a local workspace may not be the simplest first choice. Odysseus is part of a larger trend. Personal AI is moving from single chat windows toward tool-connected systems that remember context and operate across your digital life. The key question is not whether everything should be local. The key question is which parts of your AI life should stay under your control. So Odysseus matters because it packages an important idea in a visible way. Your AI assistant can be a rented cloud service, a local workstation, or a careful mix of both. What would you actually want a personal AI workspace to handle for you, and what would you never let it touch? Ask your questions below or suggest the next AI topic to explain.